Hey everyone, it's Monique Renewed. Welcome back to another video. So today we have another meal prep video. I have some Brussels sprouts. I'm gonna try a recipe that I saw someone on YouTube make that looked really good. We're gonna make shredded Brussels sprouts with some walnuts and some brown sugar and soy sauce, so like an Asian style. I'm gonna mix that with some mushrooms, and then I have some pork shoulder defrosting in the sink. I had no clue what I wanted to make, so I just took it out. I should have took it out like yesterday, but I also have some chicken tenders I'm going to put in the air fryer. Okay y'all, so I have my Brussels sprouts and mushrooms that I rinsed off and let it air dry a little bit. And I'm just gonna put it on my pan and we're gonna season it up. She used brown sugar, and this is monk fruit brown sugar. Oh, not quite a full tablespoon. I only have walnuts, so that's what I'm gonna use, and that's gonna give it like a nice crunch. She used some soy sauce, and I'm gonna use some reduced sodium soy sauce. We're still on our healthcare kick. That's why I use the monk fruit. You know, whenever I have the option of using reduced sodium, that's what I'll grab. And then she used sesame oil. This is sesame chili oil, so it does have a little kick. Okay, those were the only seasonings she used. Once it was done roasting in the oven, she used Parmesan cheese to top it off. So I'm just gonna add my own little seasonings. And of course, my daughter wants to help. So Creole seasoning, which is one of my favorites. Some MSG. Okay, my mom used to use this stuff. I grew up off this stuff, okay? And this stuff make your food so good. Basically, it's just a flavor enhancer. And you know when you go to Chinese carryout, the reason why the food is so addicting and so flavorful is literally because of the MSG. I'm also going to add some minced garlic. I get the big container from Sam's Club because I like to use this a lot. I'm gonna mix this around. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. I love using like Asian-based seasonings. I'm gonna roast this in the oven on 375. I'm just gonna cut up some baby potatoes first, and then put those two in the oven together. I have some yellow baby potatoes, and these are the best ever. They're so like creamy and delicious. I season my potatoes with my regular seasonings that I use all the time, and I put just a dab that you see right there of the beef base. Hey y'all, so I just took the Brussels sprouts and mushrooms out the oven, and they wilted down some, and this is how it's looking like. I'm gonna try some, and that's really good. That only took about 10-15 minutes on the top rack. And a tip that I have for vegetables, if you don't really enjoy eating vegetables, is to mix different vegetables together. So for example, the Brussels sprouts and the mushrooms. A while ago, I made a mixed vegetable melody with green beans, mushrooms, onions, bell peppers, and it was so good. You don't have to eat vegetables by itself. When you pair it with other vegetables, it's really good. So that's my advice. If you don't really like vegetables like that, try pairing it with different vegetables to enhance the flavor. This is the Brussels sprouts with the mushrooms. I done forgot the potatoes in the oven, and then I'm burnt up. Pork shoulder butt roast. It was frozen. I had it defrosting for a bit. So I managed to cut 2 small pieces of the pork shoulder right here. Like I said, I didn't want to cook the whole thing, so I'm gonna save the rest for a later time. And now I'm going to put a dry rub on here and let it sit for a bit, and then we will sear it on the cast iron. This is the pork spice rub, some MSG, garlic and onion powder, Creole seasoning. I'm gonna add a little bit of steak seasoning, some pepper, and this is chicken tenderloins that I had marinating in the refrigerator. And this is basically the same seasonings that I use for the Brussels sprouts and mushrooms, so they will pair well together. Okay, so there goes the chicken tenders. So my cast iron is smoking, and that's my air fryer in the background if it's loud. I'm gonna put some olive oil. I'm gonna turn down the heat a little bit. I don't want it to burn. And I'll put my onions in, and then we're just gonna let that cook down for a bit. I'm going to add the pork with the fat side down first, so that could crisp up nicely. And then I have this other piece right here. I'm gonna put that in there as well. And then we'll let that sear for a few minutes. Okay, so I'm about to flip my meat over. That looks really good so far. I'm about to put it on the side. Oh my gosh. And now I'm gonna make my sauce inside the cast iron. Okay, so I have some bone broth in here. I'm gonna add some water, and then I'm going to add some tomato paste. And this will add a little bit more richness and some depth into your pork shoulder while it's cooking in the slow cooker. And I'm also going to add a little bit of chipotle sauce. This is ground chipotle peppers, and I'm gonna mix that around. And then you get all that seasoning from the bottom of the cast iron, and it's gonna taste so good. This is how the pork is looking like inside the crock pot. I have it set to low for 4 hours. I don't know if it's gonna take the entire 4 hours. I'm gonna check after 2 hours and see what's going on. And I'm gonna transfer my broth into here. And I don't know, y'all, sometimes I feel like when I cook meat in the crock pot, it comes out bitter. Like it has like a bitter taste. I don't know if it's because of the onions and the garlic, but I wonder why that is. But anyways, I'm gonna check in 2 hours, and then we're gonna make some breakfast. Some meal prep breakfast. Okay guys, now we're gonna get to baking for the breakfast portion, just so I'm not eating eggs every single day. I'm gonna make a baked oatmeal. It's actually supposed to be tiramisu. This is the video inspiration for that. It literally looks delicious, so we're gonna make that. And this is by Emma Peterson. I have my scale underneath here, and I have it set to grams. I believe she's British, so these are gonna be like British measurements. So we're gonna add the wet ingredients first. I'm gonna do half of the recipe. I find that often these recipes are like really big, and I end up like wasting it or only using or freezing half of it because I don't need that much. I made this before, except for that I used pumpkin puree since I didn't have bananas, and it was delicious, y'all. And the funny thing is, I accidentally used the strawberry shortcake ghost protein powder because I thought it was the cinnamon one. And I was so mad because that's limited edition and that stuff is really good. But it still turned out really good even with the pumpkin flavor. So I'm gonna make it again. This time I have bananas, and I'm gonna use a vanilla protein powder. So I'm mashing 1 banana. You will find a lot in the healthy lifestyle genre that with baking, there's a lot of protein powder, pumpkin puree, applesauce, or yogurt to substitute the butter and fats. So that banana was 97 grams. She has 390 milliliters of milk. For half, it's 195 mLs of milk. I have coconut milk, but I don't want a strong coconut flavor, so I'm going to use half coconut milk, half water. I'm going to put 97 mLs of coconut milk, and I have my oven preheating to 350 right now, and then I'm putting 97 mLs of water. And there are no eggs in this recipe, which is great. It's like a cheese, it's like a not cheesecake, but it's like a bar, an oatmeal bar, and it's really good. She added 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I'm gonna add a dash of salt to enhance the flavor. This is a half a teaspoon measuring spoon, so I'm gonna add 2 of those. I'm going to add 90 grams of Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is so versatile. It's something that I'll always have with me because it's high protein, and you can have yogurt savory or sweet. I like to put the Jell-O instant pudding with this and some chocolate chips or some Heath caramel bite and a little bit of stevia, and it's so good. It's like a low calorie, high protein dessert that will really help you if you're trying to lose some weight. Going to add 100 grams of oats. That seems like a lot. I feel like I'm still not at 100 grams. That's 99.5 grams, close enough. And don't forget to add your sweetener of choice. I forgot to add stevia last time, and it was okay since I had like a cream cheese frosting to go with it, but it wasn't all that sweet. So I'm gonna add 2 stevia packets, and I'm gonna add a little bit of this salted caramel syrup. It's sugar-free. Some vanilla. Okay, I was saying that it looked watery, but I forgot to add the protein powder. This is the one that I'm using by Gold Standard Whey, and I added 30 grams. And that actually looks way better now. I'm like, hold on, that don't look right. It still looks more watery than hers. Is that having 40%? But maybe I added too much water or milk. I'm sure it'll turn out right. Oats are very absorbent, so maybe once it finished baking, it will turn out how we want it. Oh, and I'm gonna add some Lakanto chocolate chips. That was about 30 grams. So I sprayed my 8x8 pan with some cooking spray, and I'm just gonna add everything in there. We're gonna bake at 350 for 35 minutes. Okay guys, so I just took out the baked oatmeal, and that's how it looks like. So I'm gonna top it with some cocoa powder, and you can eat this with some sweetened Greek yogurt if you want as a topping. And you want to let this set for about 30 minutes before cutting into it, because you want it to be fully cooked. The center tends to be a little undercooked when you first take it out the oven, so just wait to cut this up. I finished with the baked oatmeal and I tasted a piece, and it's really good. You can definitely taste like the banana flavor and the chocolate chips. I sprinkled some cocoa powder on top, and then I just iced it with some cream cheese. Icing is just cream cheese mixed with the Lakanto powdered sugar. So it's sugar-free powdered sugar, but it tastes just like powdered sugar. It's really good. And I just drizzled that on there. It looks amazing. That's basically all the meal prep for today. I have the Brussels sprouts and mushrooms and the Asian style chicken. Both of these are Asian style. And then I still have the roasted pork still in the crock pot. It's not quite done yet. I think I might have to show you guys the finished product tomorrow. And then with the meat, you can do something different, like make wraps out of it. So that's how that looks like. By the way, have you guys tried these pineapple spears from Sam's Club? I saw Hey Paris try them on her TikTok. So I decided to pick it up, and these are amazing. They have like the perfect balance with the coconut flavor. Even the syrup by itself, you can drink this as a juice. This is so good. If you ever see this at Sam's Club, pick it up.